Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yeshshכר from Plaintables Camp in Philly. Alright, this is a lesson on Esau has, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but Esau has a different law that he follows. You know, you have the people on top, get a little visual description, and you have, you know, the people on the bottom. All right, people on the top, the elite, like the officials in the government, they don't follow the same laws that we have to follow. All right, so they get away with all sorts of crimes up here. The farther you go, the more crimes you can get away with. The people down here, you can't really get away with nothing unless you have some type of ally or someone higher up. But for the main part, these people are always going to get, you know, railroaded, and they're going to be the victims of the people on the top, the elite, the Edomites. All right. So there's one law for the elite Edomites, and there's another law for everyone else. It's not the same law. So here's some practice on how different we are. All right. I'm also going into feminism also. All right. So judge caught on body cam video telling officer to shoot suspect. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic and play the video.
Administrators are investigating a social media post on Facebook that shows a magistrate telling a Forest Hills police officer to shoot a suspect.
And tonight, an apology over that incident. Brenda Waters joins us live in Forest Hills with the very latest. Brenda.
Hi, David. That apology came in about 30 minutes ago, and this is what Leo, the magistrate, tells the officer twice to shoot George Justice. In a statement this afternoon, Magistrate Caulfield says, quote, I would like to acknowledge my harm as to the officer's body cam video through the district attorney's office. Police officer Heck is heard.
See how you want to perceive this event in the future. See, in my world, you know, if you're in a private residence, it's easy. You'll convey that he's to leave. He's not welcome here. He's not here in business. And then we actually communicate it. And it usually doesn't happen, but it usually starts to move into that defiant thing, you know, right. Defiant section of criminal trespass. That's how I perceive it when it starts to become like this foolishness. So I don't know how you think of it here.
In the video, the magistrate tells the officer. In the video, all
right, he said shoot him. All right, shoot him. And look at the comments here. It says joke about shooting the judge and see if they let you off with an apology. Exactly. It says fucking facts, bro. It says damn double standards. Okay. So this is an actual judge, I believe, in Allegheny County. He's still a judge. You know, he's shaking Tom Wolf's hand. This is his website, his government website. You know, so he's still a judge. All right. Now when you look up, this is my state college lawyer. A terroristic threat is a serious charge with serious penalties, first-degree misdemeanor, which means that if it is punishable by up to 5 years in prison, 5 years incarceration, and $10,000 fine. All right, but he'll never be charged with anything or even disciplined. Yeah, I'm not sure if he was ever disciplined, but what he'll probably be judged under is. But because the threat was made during a heated, possibly hysterical argument, that threat was not made with the intent to terrorize. All right, so he's going to be judged more than likely under that, and they're just going to let it go. As he can see, he's still a current Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas judge, currently in 2021. This is October. All right, and you see, he cares about people, United Steelworkers. But all the steel was coming from China, right? I guess they weld it and transport it coming in from China. All right. See, We on the bottom. See, if we would have threatened an officer or a government official like that, we would be getting phone calls because it didn't happen directly in front of them, so they can't like arrest us on the spot. Well, if we were to make threats like that, a terroristic threat like that, we would be getting phone calls, visits from police departments, you know. And if they actually thought that we could carry the threat out, we would be arrested. All right, so we're not operating under the same law. All right, so I'm gonna make that clear. All right. Blue wall of silence. Mute the mic.
Law enforcement departments around the country are grappling with the growing demands for police reform.
We tend to resent being judged by outsiders. Thus, if we know of somebody committing a wrong, we tend to stand by that officer simply because he's one of us.
Policing has always had cultures, and it always is an individualized culture of its own, separate from society.
To learn more, Newsy spoke to two former police officers, Professor David Thomas, psychologist and criminologist at Florida Gulf Coast University, and Ron Stallworth, author and the real-life Black Klansman, who infiltrated the KKK in the late 70s.
We tend to erect this blue wall of silence. We erect a barrier, a shield, to protect our own. It's nothing new. It's been going on long before I even became a cop in the 70s.
The Blue Wall of Silence refers to the long-standing and informal code in law enforcement that punishes whistleblowers and discourages officers from reporting police misconduct and corruption.
Well, I've seen the retaliation happen. I've seen people transfer. I've seen officers quit and go to another agency because they just refuse to be a party to it.
Law enforcement researchers, activists, and politicians have recognized the issue for years, recommending external reviews and internal incentives to combat the code of silence. Among the general public, a recent AP poll on police reform found that more than 80% of respondents support requiring police to report misconduct by their peers.
That is a very difficult position to be in because this position, policing, is about trust.
Both Thomas and Stallworth support the calls for more internal accountability, but also recognize the difficulty to change the culture.
You have to encourage officers to step forward. They can't be allowed to fear backlash from their peers simply because they choose to do the right thing while others choose to remain silent.
Casey Mendoza, Newsy, Chicago.
All right, Blue Wall Silence, man. They're all a part of a club. You know, we not in that club. All right, so it would be stupid to ally yourself with this club. All right, with what law enforcement, the good eaters. I guess this would be like the socialites and the celebrities. You got the military and police. You got these spiritual leaders, which are false prophets, and then you got the constitutional monarchs and the businessmen. All right, and then you got the money, which they control. All right, and we're not a part of any of these clubs. We're all the way down here. All right, of common people. All right, and you even got some of our people that are encouraging, you know, Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and our people that are scattered to be a part of these different clubs. See, the Lord said that our covenant with death is going to be disannulled. There's nothing good going to come from allying yourself with Satan. Now, I looked up R. Kelly's his charges. Did I click it out? Yeah, I put what was R. Kelly convicted of. All right, racketeering, dishonest, fraudulent business dealings. I don't know what that is talking about. He did or whatever. Sexual exploitation of a child. Kidnapping, bribery, sex trafficking, violation of the Mann Act. All right, and that's when you Esau says you can transport a woman over using the interstate for immoral purposes or extramarital purposes. I think I have it right here. In other words, that's Esau is immoral himself.
Immoral.
Standards of morals, right? So he sets the standards of what morality is. he's the biggest trafficker of the child porn and beast porn and all sorts and torture. Esau is the master at that. But yeah, he had the nerve to say what's immoral. Was broadly used to prosecute unlawful premarital, extramarital, and interracial relationships following. All right, so we're one race. The blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we're one race. We're all Israelites. They're talking about the so-called white woman. All right, and maybe they said something about immigrants. I had another. I think I might have clicked it off. Yeah. Yeah. When I was reading that a woman can't be sold into sex trafficking or prostitution, or be involved in prostitution on her own free will, basically. If a woman is involved in anything, debaucherous or evil, it's because a man made her do it. It wasn't of her own free will. All right, I had that somewhere. Oh, there we go, right here. It says, and this is mainly to protect so-called white women, the Edomites. The committee believed that no girl would enter prostitution unless drugged or held captive. So this exonerates women from all responsibility. All right, this line right here. This is from Cornell Law, Legal Information Institute. All right, read that again, just in case you didn't get it. It says, we were brought to America for sexual slavery and immigrant. Okay. The committee believed that no girl, doesn't say any race here, would enter prostitution unless drugged or held captive. So this is what they getting R. Kelly on. He says on the Mann Act, he said, there's no way that a woman would ever choose prostitution. They're forced into it. So that exonerates women of all responsibility and power and competency. So women are they're not competent. They're stupid, according to the law. So right, and feminists should be outraged about this, but they're not. All right, because feminism was firstly made for so-called white women, Edomites. And then our people co-opted it, starting with the black woman, Judah, specifically that tribe of women. And then it trickled down to Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, all the other tribes. But it mainly grossly affects to their own hurt. Not to all women's hurt, but it really fucked the tribe of Judah up, because basically every single black woman is a feminist. Like damn near 100%. All right, so you got that point right there. All right, Mann Act. So I say this to say, well, if men are so evil and bad and you don't need us, my philosophy is, well, then you're on your own 100%. 100%, you're on your own. When the great slaughter comes, when the martial law troops come in, you're on your own. If man is so evil and hurtful and they don't want you to get ahead, all that's true. I'm with you on that. Don't ask for any help whatsoever when you need a regular sized man to get something off the top shelf. All right, let's listen to this. Let's listen to what women think of other women in the workplace. Now, I haven't watched this clip. I only watched like 20 seconds. Mute my mic.
Equality in the workplace This is certainly an uphill battle for many women, so it may come as a surprise that more than 80% of women don't want to work for another woman. Well, why? Lucy Brogden joins us now to find out more. Good morning, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy. How are you? Welcome.
This is fascinating research. Tell us about this study.
Well, my study was quite anecdotal. I was doing career coaching a couple of years ago with men and women, broad range of backgrounds. And when you're doing that work, you say to people, what's the next job look like? And I suddenly got struck by the number of women that could articulate the companies they wanted to work for, the type of work, and then consistently they'd say, oh, by the way, I don't want to work for another woman. So I started to track these numbers, and we got to around 80%. I asked colleagues, and they were getting similar numbers. And I knew that was, you know, a small, not very scientific sample. But if you go to the literature, there's huge studies all replicating these findings. Gallup in the US has actually tracked this for 60 years, and we're still not shifting the data too much, which is really a shame.
It checks out with my, in workplaces I've been in, there have been huge schisms between female employees and female bosses where it was pretty much an all-out Cold War. Like it was, and you know, not talking and,
do you know why, Lucy?
Undermining.
And there you go. I had to stop it. I don't want to drag this out too long. That thing right there, and everybody knows about it. That, especially our women, they hate each other. I mean, it's like a because women are not supposed to be ruling over other women in this capacity. How Esau has it set up. You're supposed to have a man that's there to guide women. Because you leave women to their own devices, what they do, they're bald-headed, they'll cut their hair, they'll expose themselves, all right? And that's for the main part. Women cannot rule other women without guidance. And this dude telling it right here, he's saying it. Women hate other women. Mute my mic.
Huge schisms between female employees and female bosses where it was pretty much an all-out Cold War. Like it was, and you know, not talking.
Do you know why?
He said, really? Because women think they're better than the other woman. Like every woman is really just, they just want to be seen. They want to show their breasts. They want to show how pretty they are. They want to show their eyebrows. They want to show you how well-spoken they are. Right, and that's a problem to the next woman. So women would rather have a man rule over them, and in their spirit, really, you know. But then you have, you know, your exceptions. All right, but for the main part, they understand the dynamic. Okay, men have to do certain things, women have to do certain things, and women. Leading ain't one of them for women on the women's side. Men are supposed to lead, right? But Esau has everything twisted upside down here.
Why, Lucy? Are there reasons given? Are they competitive with?
There's issues of competitiveness, I think, certainly, and you know, our stereotypes are quite primal. So I think it's really incumbent on women to continually check those. If we don't acknowledge behaviour, we can't change it. So new women coming into the workforce have to understand that just because they have a female boss, she's not their best friend. She's a boss. She's got a job to do and be a boss.
And one of the things that was raised to me, you remember the surgeon Gabrielle McMullen who blew the whistle on sexism in the medical industry, and she talks about how often when you have an industry where there is actually so male dominated that if a woman cracks through and actually makes it to the top level, it's so rare and they feel so sort of lucky to have gotten there that they will actively undermine other women coming through because they think, well, I've made it and I've got the spot for the woman, and that's it. I'm going to cut everyone off at the left.
I think you get the picture. That's the you know, the women that when they get these positions, they go fucking crazy. I don't need to explain that. You know what? Everybody. Why does everyone know what I'm talking about? I don't even have to explain that. When women get certain supervisor positions, they get high, you know, on the chain of command. Many of them go fucking crazy. Not all of them, but some of them. They fucking lose it. Put your comments in the, in the chat box. I know y'all brothers got stories, and you women too. All right, so that's it there. I think that's all the information I got. So I got scriptures now. Feminism has failed. Oh, hold on. Let's play this. Now she's on the side of feminism. She's on the side of feminism. All right. She's not against feminism.
Feminism has failed. Now, I know I'm supposed to crack a few jokes, and I'm not a humorless feminist, but I don't have a lot of time. I won't be cracking jokes. There's too much at stake. Feminism is an unnatural, artificial and abnormal product of modern-day disintegration, which is the inevitable result of the rejection of all moral and spiritual values. But wait, there's more. In the West, women have been reduced to a plaything of enjoyment and fancy. They have degraded themselves and become objects of exploitation by men. They have neither gained liberty nor achieved equality. Rather, they have lost their natural place in the home.
There you go. Women have made themselves a plaything. That's what most women has reduced themselves to be. And the law still is on their side. It says the committee believes that no girl would enter prostitution unless drugged or held captive. So they're neither strong nor weak. They're a thing to be guided by the government. So whenever you fuck up, the government comes in and slaps you upside the head, like they're doing R. Kelly, like they're doing a bunch of other men that they deemed violated some laws. All right, they say, I heard something, he had women in cages or some shit like that, or trapped in bathrooms. But women are supposed to be highly intelligent, just as intelligent and smart as a man. But the government looks at them as retarded children. All right, not making this up. You can Google it yourself, or Yahoo, Ask Jeeves, whatever. It's going to come up the same way. No girl will ever sell her vagina, sell her ass, unless they are drugged or held captive. And that's I just found that out today. All right. So, like I said in the beginning, if that's your stance, again, I will pray for your destruction every day. And when you need top shelf help, go get a damn stool, get a machine to do it that a man built and put together, by the way, or call the government, I guess, for help. But the rational, competent man that's guided by the Holy Spirit, all right, which is masculine, we reject helping feminists and feminist doctrines, ideologies, for other cause. All right, because the Lord Himself is a masculine man, the Most High. These spirits, righteous spirits, all right, they're all masculine, all right, and they're all about fulfilling the Lord's will, His law, His order, all right, and then feminism and the advancement of women is nowhere in there. All right, so hope I have everything in order. Let's do this one first. All right. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. The Mann Act. They're telling you what's immoral. All right. They're saying, well, you don't have a marriage license. You didn't come to us. You didn't go to the government to get a license. So it's fair game. We got to treat you differently because you don't have a license from the government. So you could be this could be an immoral situation that you're in. All right. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And the Edomites, the devil hates women. He purposely makes these laws to make it hard for men to be fathers, to push fathers away, run fathers away. Fathers say it's not even worth the fight. I'm not losing my mind over this damn woman. And inadvertently, they make women widows. Widows are women without husbands. All right. And they're vulnerable. But, you know, the feminist doctrine says they're strong, which is a damn lie. They keep telling, the law even tells you that they're weak. Go back to that. And you either have a husband. Now, if you don't have a husband, you're either in soft prostitution or hard prostitution. Hard prostitution is, you know, straight up, you know, exchange for sex, money exchange for sex. Soft is you in a relationship in which this dude is buying you a bunch of shit. And that's the only reason why you're with him. That's soft prostitution. All right, and then you can extrapolate, you know, from there on both ends. You get no more scenarios, but that's either you selling yourself, you're playing the field, you're a prostitute, or you have a husband. All right? I didn't say anything about a damn marriage license from the government. A government sponsored marriage is what I call it. All right, God is nowhere in proximity to that. Yahweh is the father, Yahweh Shai is the son. They're nowhere near in proximity to a marriage license. Let me move on. All right, that widows may be their prey, and they purposely do this to destroy Israel, but destroy families to make them weak. So when the government comes in, women are weak as hell, and they're guiding the children. The children are unruly demons. Don't know how to be men. Don't know how to be women. And they're gonna take whatever the government shove up their damn ass. When that widows may be their prey. Now, I don't think I've ever looked this word up. Let's see what this says. That widows may be their prey. Shalal. Prey. An animal that is hunted and killed. Booty. Stolen goods. Yeah, so they can steal you. So they can take you as property by sticking things in you, drugs or chips. All right, that's the ultimate thing that's going to happen. That's why they're destroying the men, pulling the men out, so they can leave vulnerable, weak women and children, or women and sons and daughters that are fit for destruction. All right. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the power, that ye may exalt you in due time. Yeah, because we have to be guided by law and order. We can't be guided. We can't be making a league with Satan, right? And then get R. Kelly'd. Racketeering, sexual exploitation, bribe, trafficking, Mann Act. Okay, this is what happens when you trust the government. He abandons you. See, but the people up here, they ain't gonna get that treatment. Pretty much, it's hard. Once you get to once you pretty much here, all right. And law enforcement, they be getting fucked over too. All right, these celebrities here, spiritual leaders, the bankers and the constitutional monarch leaders, like what Britain I think is Spain, if I'm not mistaken. They're constitutional monarchs. They have other ones too. Google that. All right. That they may rob the fatherless. All right. What of our heritage, our identity, our manner, our traditions. All right. And you make these widows and these children acquiesce to feminism ideologies, being assimilated into this demonic ass culture. All right, American culture. This is Daniel 9:12, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judge us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Yeah, when we lost our we stopped following the Lord gave us over to these other nations to destroy us. And they sold us into slavery. We lost our language. We lost our order. We took power from the men and gave part of that power to women. That's why we're so fucked up right now. Right, I think I looked up. No, this is judgment for Isaiah. Judgment, condemnation, government dispute, legal suit. Turn aside our needy from judgment. Judgment means to make a decision, to part asunder, to come to a decision. I want to know what's good and evil, what's right and wrong. All right. We did that. That's Isaiah 4. I have Isaiah 46. Isaiah 46. Remember this and show yourselves men, bring it again to mind, all ye transgressors. All right. When we look up. And remember, when a woman doesn't cook meals for you and your children, she's doing that. She's exhibiting that behavior because she's a feminist. Now, most feminists don't even call themselves feminists. That's how delusional these women are. Show yourselves, men. All right. This is a special word right there. Let's call that. It says, to be a man, to show masculinity, a champion, a great. To be a man, for example, act in a manly way, show oneself a man. And a woman can't show a man how to be a man. She can point him in the right direction to a man, but a man shows his sons, nephews, how to be men. A woman doesn't have a list that she can teach this boy how to be a man, and he'll actually be effective, without getting around other men. When a woman says it, it's only anecdotal. It's not. It doesn't have the same force because he's going to have to get around other men and learn. A woman can't show a man how to be a man. She can only do but so much. Eventually, he's going to have to get into different groups and interact with men to be a man. All right. Show masculinity. Qualities and attributes regarded as characteristics of men. All right. Remember the former things of old, like that woman said. Something along the lines of women are out of place. All right. Now she's a feminist. She was just being like sarcastic or whatever. All right. For I am the power. So understanding our former selves and our righteousness is important. All right. That's going to lead us to salvation. And there is none else. I am Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and there is none like me. All right. And it's a curse. Written in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, I think 15th verse on down, tells you all the curses that are going to come upon us. And it says that the man and the woman's eye are going to be evil toward each other and toward our children. All right. But now that we woke up, we don't. That excuse is greatly diminished. Greatly diminished. All right. That's why we have to be born again to get away from that demonic curse amongst each other anyway. Because in the world, they still are doing the same bullshit. So we don't have the same tenets, the same attributes as people in the world have. All right. We're born again. All right, here we go. Godly living. Peter 3:1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, if any obey not the word, they also may be without the word, be won by the conversation of the wives. So if you don't have the word, then speaking to other women in this respect, hopefully will make you put off that feminist, you don't need a man ideology. Appreciate. See, all the men in Great Millstone, we love women. I mean, dearly love women. All right. We love women so much that we telling them that Esau made you feminist and independent so he can destroy you. That widows may be their prey. A widow is a woman that does not have a husband. All right. Most of these, what, independent, strolling around unprotected. All right. And look, and guess what? Getting a license from the government does not make you an honorable woman. Just so you know, if you thought that getting a license from the government-sponsored marriage, which God is nowhere in there, Yahweh Shai is not in that license, if that's what you was thinking, does not make you honorable, does not make you chaste, does not make you better. All right, what makes you better is that you live a godly life and that you're chaste. All right, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. You're supposed to fear and respect and honor men. Honor your man. All right. Because remember, you're the weaker vessel. It doesn't make sense for you to tote that party line of feminism, and then get the results of that in the end. Because in the end, feminists are going to lose. They're going to lose terribly. You don't want to be on the losing side when this whole thing goes down. All right. When the martial law, when they cut the cities off, you don't want to be a strong woman in that day, because you're not strong. You're weak. All right. All right. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning, plaiting of the hair and wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel, meaning that the Israelite woman should be pretty much plain. All right. It's not a law that says you can't get your hair braided or anything like that. It's just giving you advice of being humble, how to be humble. Okay, you can wear jewelry and everything. It's not a law saying you can't wear jewelry, but the point is to be humble. Fashionado or fashionito, however you pronounce that. That's what every woman wants to be. Every woman wants to be in the damn Instagram thought. All right, the wholesome, especially among a certain tribe. They're just wild beast. All right. When you come to the faith, all that disappears. You drop that shit. All right. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, and making little or no noise. But that's controlling a woman, right? Telling her to not so many words, which is in the sight of God of great price. Now, I want to hear the women of our nation that say they're Israelites repeat this line. But let it be the hidden man in the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God at great price. They know what the black women will say? Mainly her. Oh, I'm not going to say anything now. This is going to be complete. Don't say nothing. Slido, you want me to shut up? She ain't going to say nothing. But I'm telling you to speak. No, I ain't saying nothing. So you being disobedient now. Nope. See, she don't listen. Yes. And you brothers all been there, right? She basically doing what she want to do. That's what she telling you. And she's using your guiding lines, which are absolutely biblical and honorable, against you. But that's okay. Because in the end, women are going to need men. Women need men. If men were all to die today, women will live probably another 5 years, and 80% of them will be dead. All right. Precious, requiring very great outlay, very costly, excellent, surpassing value. Surpassing value. All right. So the obedience and quiet spirit, a calm spirit of a woman, not the, I'm opinionated, I have my own opinions. I'm independent, have my own job and all that crap. Men don't care about the job if you didn't know. That's of little value. That's no value. But a quiet spirit, which is inside of God, a great price. So who are you trying to impress? Trying to impress me? You're trying to impress God. You all believe in God, right? God, which is in his sight. It didn't even say in the sight of man or husband. It says which is in the sight of God. That's Yahweh, of great price, meaning without value. I mean, surpassing. What does it say here? Surpassing value, excellent, very costly. All right. Nice last precept here I got. This is a revelation. We got Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Now you will never find a scripture where it says that a bunch of men will cleave to one woman, and that woman will help the men. No, the men are going to help these women, because that's the way the Lord made it. It says in Genesis that a woman shall cleave into her husband, or the desire of the woman shall be the husband. All right. And she shall become his wife. Roughly paraphrase in Genesis. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So we're better together than apart. But the curse divided us. All right. Now, better together meaning that in our right mind, not unequal. Otherwise, you pretty much just playing a damn game, playing house until she lose her fucking mind and want to find monkey branch, find something better. That's okay. It don't matter what you got either. As soon as she get bored, it does not matter what you have. I'm telling you, it does not. From they call it the 666, that's a satanic number, but y'all brothers know what I mean. 666, it don't matter. You got the 8 8s and then 10 10s. It don't matter. All right. They're being fueled. They're being ran by Satan. All right. See, but in the last days, which we're entering in now, when the Esau puts out his decree to wipe our people off the map, to bring our numbers down, that's when a greater number of women gonna wake the hell up. All right. It says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. We moving into some troubling times. All right. I got this other pic. Freemasonry. Well, you had that great sacrifice. I don't need to bring that in. I don't convolute the lesson. It says you have let's keep this one now. You have all these people that are on top of us, and we down here, and you got the women of our nation, and you got men too. But it's mainly the women. The men seem to be they want to reform. I can see that. Even the men that are not in the faith, I can actively see men trying to do better. They're trying to get money. They're trying to be responsible. They're cleaning themselves up. Women, they still out here shaking their ass, being just thoughts and bitches, entitled. I can clearly see a difference. Men are really trying to get their shit together. Women, they're talking about leveling up. That's what they're talking about. Talking about leveling up and being and getting the bag. How to finesse. That's their guidelines. That's their guide. This is, I believe, in 1911. This is drawn. Pyramid of Capitalist System, 1911, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, which is shame. Because when you are a prostitute, or either a soft prostitute or a hard prostitute. A soft prostitute is a woman that basically monkey branches every 6 months, every 3 years. They find another man. You know, it ain't working out. I think we'd be better as friends. We just grew apart. And it's, you know, shit that women normally say. Start arguments so they can leave. Hey, good riddance. Because in the end, the men are going to be the safe haven for protection. A covert from the tempest. Only let us be called by thy name. Yeah, your lad, your name, whatever your name is. We got the Elder Tahal, Ariamlab, Elder Gubar, Elder Rakah. Alright. So that's their name. So these women are going to be attached to their name, to our name. So that means they'll be married. To take away our reproach. And reproach means shame. And in such a way as to express disapproval. And that day shall the branch of Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. All right, escaped, which means, I believe it means saved. All right, so the feminism for salvation is not going to work. If you want to be independent, it's not going to work for feminism. I mean, it's not going to work for, if you want to be independent, it's not going to work for salvation. All right. Escape, deliverance, escape, deliverance, escape, remnant, deliverance. All right. So there was a question asked a while ago about being married or unmarried. Well, here's another answer, which I went over this several times anyway. But that's what's going to happen in the very end. All right. And it's not good to run to the, you know, it's a safer bet to be ahead sooner than to be ahead at the very last second. Playing a dangerous game. All right. That's why we encourage brothers to, you know, make a decision about whether you want to be in his faith or not, and just don't be lukewarm. All right. All right. Then let us get to Israel. All right. But every you know, everyone is in their place. All right. I like to have the advantage. That's my philosophy. I like to be prepared. I like to buy 2 or 3 of everything. All right. Buy 2 tires. Buy multiple cameras. Multiple monitors. Multiple screen capture softwares. All right. Well, I only got 1 car, but it's always good to have 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's the what? 2. It's not good to be alone. What's that? Let me find that precept. Find that. 2. And that the feminism teaches that be alone doctrine. It's in Ecclesiastes. Is it in 3? Oh, 4. 4 and 9. ACC 4-9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. Right? You have this proper structure of the home. With the woman, you know, taking care of the children. Make sure they're fed, clean, and where they need to be at. All right. That's the woman's responsibility. For if they fail, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. All right. And feminism teaches you basically just to acquire the government for help. Just go to the government for help. They call him government daddy. All right. And that's going to be your destruction if you don't straighten up. All right. It's going to be an end. All right. For them that escaped of Israel. All right. So that was a lesson. Went through a few things. We are not judged on the same laws that Edomites are judged by. They have a different law. So it would be not in our best interest to ally ourselves with the Edomite philosophy, the Edomite doctrine. All right, which that feminism is a Edomite doctrine that they came up with. All right, to control the masses. All right. Oh, yeah. So remember. Oh, where is it at? Mary, that's what I'm looking for. That's how much Esau loves women. I think they're so strong. All right, so remember, if you ain't with us, you against us. Like Yahushua said, he that is not gathered with me scattereth abroad. All right. So hope you edified. Shalom.